the conference was supposed to be a conference of ethno-linguistic nationalities, without defining the meaning of ethno-linguistic nationalities, to foreclose the possibility of political groups coming in the guise of ethnic nationalities. We've been deceived. This is a charade, and nobody in Nigeria should take what happened today as a serious event.
Recently, there was an ethno-linguistic restructuring of Nigeria conference that was held in Abuja, where they invited every ethnic groups from Nigeria. Let me say major ethnic groups, because I don't think that over 350 different ethnic groups were there. I think they invited the major ethnic groups in Nigeria. So it didn't go well because some people did not agree to be part of where they are putting them. For example, the people from Lagos State, Osun, part of Ogun, they said they are not Yorubas, that they want to have their separate region, but they were put as Yoruba region before, according to what the diagram they draw to show people what the future is going to look like. Then I also saw the map they also drew for the Igbo region, and I think the people that came there refused. Like, this is not it. This is not it. And the Igbo region is just the 5 eastern states of the southeast. So if the only 5 eastern states of the southeast is not even southeast, if they are calling like all this Anambra, Abia, southeast, it sounds somehow to me, because that is not southeast. Okay, yes, it is in the east, but not the core east. Because if you're talking about southeastern part of the country, you talk about Calabar. Okay, if you want to talk about southeastern Nigeria bordering Cameroon, you talk about Calabar. If you go up, you talk about Adamawa. These are the southeastern part of the country. Okay, but the diagram they drew, just like political map that Nigeria have been drawing before. So because of that, the elderly men who came to that conference, they left. They left and said that there is nothing going on in that conference, because they were expecting that all the whole languages that speaks there, just like when they talk about Wazobia, the whole language, the whole people that speaks Wa into one region, the people that speak Zo in one region, the people that speaks Bia in one region, then the Benue people with Plateau, different ethnic, just different people, even though in the middle belt, they put Abuja with some groups and so on and so forth. So it didn't go well. It didn't go well. At this point, everyone knows that Nigeria will not survive the system that we have today. Everyone believes that Nigeria is not going to survive this. So they are trying to look for a solution. But I have a message for people, especially the Igbos. And why I'm concerned about the Igbos is because I read history a lot. I used to read history. And I came to realize the purpose why they created some states like River State out of Abia. Not that they created it out of Abia, but why they created Rivers and put it out of core Igbo dominated states. Gowon stated it, and a lot of people stated it in their political agenda. Gowon said that if Biafrans want to leave Nigeria, they are going to create states, bring the states out of them, tell them that, listen, you have your own resources, you are not part of these people, don't let them to dominate you, like dividing them to weaken their strength so that they will not think about leaving Nigeria again. So that sends a very strong warning to people from the southeast. After the Civil War, this Nigeria system, they did only one thing, try to create people from the same region to fight the region. Yeah, they try to create people from the region to fight the same region. So the next battle you are going to face might not even be from people from other ethnic group or the Nigerian system as I'm talking about. The next battle people from the southeast might face is just a battle from within your people. They are going to use them to fight you. They are going to use them to tell you that they don't want even restructuring. People are even saying it, we don't want restructuring, we don't want restructuring. They just want to remain like that. But that is the mentality of a black man. When they have where they are getting money, they will think that life ends there. They don't think about the future. You see, even though we continue to try this error for next 200 years, nothing is going to change. The only thing that is going to change is that so many ethnic groups will be captured by this Fulani jihadist movement. They will be captured, they will be killed, and so on and so forth. A lot of things are going to happen. And it is already happening. So the people from the southeastern part of the country, if I say southeast, you know where I'm talking about, not geographically southeastern part of the country, but the political southeast, let me put it in that way. They should be very careful because they are going to use your own to fight you. They are going to use your own to do all sort of evil against you. And it's going to look like, these people are divided. These people cannot stand. These people cannot rule themselves. At this point, people know that the end of Nigeria is coming near. It is coming near. It is only people who are not seeing far that are not seeing it. The end of Nigeria is very close. Very, very close. And it's going to happen on its own. Nobody is going to force it to happen. Nobody is going to force the end of Nigeria to happen. It's going to happen naturally on its own. Everybody will be fed up. Okay? Everybody will be fed up. Like, you will see the dependence of each ethnic group from 2027. Okay, you will see people will be dependent on themselves on everything, both in security and so on and so forth. But the problem I will also have with the Southeast is that they are not watching what is going on. The outsiders are forming security outfit. Majority of the Northern group already have Hizbah. They already have some security. Forget about the state police, they say they want to form up. When you look at the Yoruba land, you see what Sunday Igbo is now doing. You see the mobilization of the Iraqi security outfit. But this was what Nnamdi Kanu started in the Southeast because he saw the future, what is going to happen. He formed his own security outfit. And what happened? They formed a splinter group, like form another group, called them the same name. If Nnamdi Kanu call his own ESN, form another one, call it ESN. And any crime carried out, say it is ESN. And then those people even confess that they are ESN, but they are not. They use it to stop the man. And here we are today. Everything has turned upside down. So what I'm trying to say is that if you have not taken your time to study what is going on about this, restructuring conference going on, try to get the full brief and the full details. It is all about trying to restructure Nigeria into regions. But it's not going to work the way they are planning it. It's not going to work. Their fear has always remained that Igbos are going to leave Nigeria. Has been their fear. That has been their fear. That was the fear of Gowon. That was the fear of Babangida. That was the fear of Abacha. It was also the fear of Buhari. And it is still the fear of Tinubu. If not, Tinubu will not jail Nnamdi Kanu. If Tinubu is not afraid that, these people, I already have agreement with these people. If I allow Nnamdi Kanu to stay now, he can continue to agitate and disturb my government. Let them keep him one side first. Let them keep him there. You understand? I know that it's not in the intention of Nigeria to keep Nnamdi Kanu perpetually. It is their intention either to kill him or just silence him. However, Tinubu doesn't want him to disturb his administration because nobody wants to take the name of Nnamdi Kanu forever. So Tinubu's administration, if you look what is going on now in Nnamdi Kanu's appeal, before they fire a charge asking the Court of Appeal to reverse the life sentence to death sentence, later they now go and withdraw it back. They know what they are doing. They know that this man did not commit the crime they said he committed that made him to be dead. They know what is going on. They know everything. They know who and who that are perpetrating the crimes in the country. They know who and who that are causing insecurity. They know everything that is going on. So, if they arrest you today because they said you are a terrorist, don't believe them. Because a terrorist cannot arrest a terrorist. It is because you are opposing what they are doing. That is why they can arrest you and call you terrorist. So, try to, get some details of the restructuring that they wanted to do, the discussions that they are having. I believe the simple solution is not just restructuring, but let the people leave. Nigeria should be divided. That is just the simple solution. This thing might not sound well because you're under a senator, you're under a political person feeding you, but you forget about the future of your children. They promise you just want to become a council chairman in the nearest future, and that is what is triggering you, and you don't think about 1,000 years to come. You don't think about 6,000 years to come. You are thinking about now, thinking about yourself. That is selfish. And that is why Africa is far behind the way we are today. We don't think about the future. You will see Chinese already planning next 1,000 years, next 500 years, next 100 years. They're already thinking, how is it going to be? With this evolution, with this progress of AI, with this, this is going to be 2050, So what are we going to put today now? But we Africans, we hardly think about those things. If you believe in the future of your children, I don't think we be talking about one Nigeria at this moment because it's a danger ahead of our future generation, a very dangerous future. So the only thing we can do to stop this is for us to understand we are at the crossroad. This country should be divided, not even this restructuring they are talking about. Anyway, what do I know, self? The Igbos should be very careful because, people from within will be used against you. I'm saying this because of the stories and the plans, the confessions of Gowon, what they did right from the Civil War, saying that they created so many states out of Igbo land to weaken them. Why do you plan to weaken people, indigenous people? These people existed before every other ethnic groups in Nigeria. Just day before yesterday, you saw America donated some hundreds of thousands of dollars to preserve 2,000 years before Christ Igbo technology. The technology of iron, smiting of iron, and all those things. Those things that have been there. The archaeologists, they went there, but I pray they will not loot it. Okay? These are Igbo technologies. 2,000 years before Christ, 2,000 years BC, mean 4,000 years ago. So these are the people you want to put into one cage and saying you want restructuring this. See, the future has not started. we should think well.
And to dive into this discourse, we have joining me right here in the studio, Dr. Kachi Ononuju, Deputy Leader of the Igbo Delegation to the Abuja Summit on Restructuring. And thank you so much, Dr. Kachi, for joining. What exactly actually led to that walkout on this access to the sea or the position of rivers, or whether, River State and Port Harcourt should belong, to the Igbo region or not? What exactly are you asking for?
It says, I am an Igbo born in Diobu. Diobu was settled at the Willings Commission as a place inhabited by Igbos. Today's Greater Port Harcourt has up to 4 ethnicities in it. You have the Igbos who have come in from the Igbo hinterland, like my family, that came in 1832, alongside Uzurumbamba Naso, Joa Mabu, also known as Jaja of Opopo. He came back to Amiibo, where his father is from Umudroha, his mother is from Umuchoke, Umudroha, and then took people from there and from Unkwere to come and establish Opopo. Since that time, my family has been in River State for up to 320 years. Now, we, the indigenous Igbos, are accepted by the Willings Commission as part of the people of Greater Port Harcourt. You also have the Ikwere who are there. You also have the Okrika who are there in the Greater Port Harcourt. And of course, you also have the Ogoni who are also there in the Greater Port Harcourt space. And we've agreed to share it. Now, indigenous Igbos like me, who were born there before the end of, whose parents were there before the end of slave trade. Because you remember one question when somebody was asked, what is your ethno-indigeneity? And he claimed that some of them came back after slave trade. Even when those two people came back after slave trade, they came to meet people on the ground. Just like when the Yorubas returned from Senegal, the Yorubas now live in Sangros, in Campos, and other parts of Moloni in Lagos. Well, these are Yorubas. So did other people come back. Don't forget, 5 African ethnicities were recorded to have been taken into slavery. 1, the Bakongo, who live in the Gulf of Guinea from Angola stretching to Congo. That's where the Bantu Congos are. And then you have the Igbo in the records. Then you have the Yorubas in the records. You also have the Akan. And also now you have the Mandinka. These are the 5 tribes that are captured in the records as having been taken into slavery. So even if you return back after the Emancipation Proclamation, you were now allowed to return back to your area of ethno-indigeneity. Now you see that? So the people didn't fall from heaven. No. That is exactly what we're saying. So those who came back to Igbo land, because Igbos represent the highest single ethnicity in the Niger Delta. The Niger Delta is the areas that contain the deltaic tributaries of the Niger River. It's not an ethnic area. And there you have states like...
That's the bite of Biafra.
Exactly.
It used to be called.
Well called now Gulf of Guinea. You have, in the Niger Delta thing, you have Anambra State, you have Delta State, you have Abia State, you have Imo State, you have our River State.
All right, Dr. Kach. Now, if we're asking for regions to be formed, one of the regions that was canvassed was the Igbo region, and then the judge also said they were asking for a particular region. And so your problem is that the Ijos want Port Harcourt to be under their own region. Now, you are saying...
That's not what they say.
Okay, so what exactly is your grouse with the
problem we had with them was the Yorubas told us that the original Ijo map, which made Ijo not to attend the conference, was the Ijos drew a map in which they seized all the littoral spaces from Badagry down to Pakasi. So that all the littoral spaces facing the ocean were to be their own. The Yorubas disagreed. When we came to the conference, we now saw that the Yorubas brought a map where the Ijo now had to cover the littoral spaces of River State. That is our bone of contention.
Right.
Why am I saying this? We, the Igbos, have made peace with our Ikwere brothers to the extent that today, an Ikwere man from Eneka is the President General of Ohanese Ndigbo.
So
this is even before exactly.
Yeah, but you would have listened to people like Nyesom Wike.
Listen to Nyesom Wike's
problem. They are different. They are not Igbos.
Nyesom Wike's problem.
So Rivers does not have anything to do with the Igbo region.
He claims that the Ikwere come from Benin. Oba Akenzua said it's not true. There is nothing like Benin. During the days of the Aro Confederacy, the Benin Kingdom existed and nobody came to River State. Even the name of the man they said that came back, Akalaka, that's an Igbo name. You understand? So how can Akalaka come from Benin? Benin doesn't have Akalaka. Akalaka is an Igbo man. So even if you call Akalaka, that's an Igbo name. And we know, look, just like me and Mao Wabunwa, Owabonwa was born in Romubiakan. I was born in Diobu. Now, nothing forecloses me. Just recently, a court in Plateau State said that the indigenous Hausas born in Jos North are indigenous to the state. If they are indigenous to Plateau, then what's wrong with the Igbos born in River State, whose parents were born in River State, like me?
All right.
Why would we not be doing that? And we have now teamed up with the Queres, like Senator
Yes, the Igbo delegation decision to walk out of the restructuring of Nigeria conference has sparked test of debate and decision. You understand? So now the issue now all the whole ethnic groups, you understand, they hold the conference. You understand? So the reason why they hold the conference the reason why they hold the conference, they not to discuss how they want to restructure all the ethnic groups, you understand? So according to the issue, you understand, the people who represent Igbo, you understand, they don't agree with the discussion, you understand? Now they move out. They don't agree, you understand? So my own opinion is that you understand, make they just divide this country. Make the divide and make everybody go their way. That is the best solution. Not yes. Make the divide the country, make everybody go their way. You understand? Call it resource or call it do research on all this book and go. No, it's not called for. It's not called for. We all know the solution. So let there be division. You understand? That is the solution. Well, I know I talk too much. Now don't listen to what myself. I stay and analyze everything for us. So what's your opinion and your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section. One of Sugar Boy.